It gets fed up with me eventually and it goes, I'm going to give you a clue, love, because you're struggling. Hello, welcome to Sightless Gamer Hag. My name's Rachel. You alright? Chapter 3, The Major. We're playing some Hercule Poirot First Cases from Murder Mystery Monday. And we're picking up where we left off last time. The Major's been murdered. I mean, he wasn't a very nice guy, but still, he probably didn't deserve to get murdered. Or did he? This is what we're here to find out. So we're just going to jump straight in. What does that say? A noticeable, almost sinister chill can be felt upon entering. That's because the window's open.
This is Mr. Hagen's study, Detective. Would you like me to stay?
This is Archibald. He is the head butler.
I understand if you are not comfortable with such a scene.
Don't you worry, Detective. I've seen much worse in my years.
Wow.
I am thankful to have someone of your resilience by my side.
I just can't believe someone could have killed him in cold blood. Is that what you think happened?
Well, we shall see.
I admire your faith in your fellow man, but you will be surprised what someone will do when they feel there is no other option. There's
also a lot going on in this house. So we're in just a brief catch up. We're in the Van den Bosch residence, the new one. There was an incident many years ago that we were involved with. We've been invited to some dinner because the family's getting blackmailed and everyone's lying to me. Things are being hidden. There are lies. There are cover-ups. There's all kind of stuff. It's going to start coming out. So we're going to investigate. Where were we? Did any members of staff have access to this office? Tell me about the phone call the Major received. Let's start with that one.
Mr. Hagen does not allow any staff into the study, and they were all present at the
Somebody has to clean
part
it.
of the dinner, sir.
And everyone was accounted for?
Everyone. It is my business to know all my staff's whereabouts.
Well, you don't have as many staff members as you had before. Oh, that's the other thing. They've been sacking staff.
Phone call. Yeah. It was one of his business associates.
I feel like this is a little quiet. Let's see if I can turn that up a little bit. Might just be me. Boop. Okay.
Do you know what associate?
He didn't say. I think he was French. The accent still confuses me sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And did the Major sound any different to you? Panicked, anxious, anything out of the ordinary?
Not that I noticed. I think he was embarrassed about ending up on the floor after Master Gideon's one punch. I would be.
Oh yeah, I got punched in the face in the last episode.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Which is fine, because he's a tit. Right, let us investigate the scene. Oh dear, Mr. Major. Can I look at you? The Major. There's nothing to see here. Let's go out. Let's... Oh.
Ah.
Oh. Okay. So that appears to be a stab wound. A single stab wound. I would expect to see a number of puncture wounds if the culprit had come here with the intention of murder. There's a black eye. Is that where he got? He didn't have that before, did he? A result of the confrontation with Monsieur Demire, although one punch was thrown, there is substantial bruising to his face. I must use all my deductive skills and experience here. Besides the stab wound, there is little to go on from the body. Apart from, like, the positioning of him. New mind map unlocked. You know what mind maps are, don't you? I was brought here to find the blackmailer, but discovering the truth behind the Major's death must take precedence. Okay, so we have purple bruise on face. Single stab wound. I don't remember him having that bruise before. Maybe it's just come up. Body lies lifeless, presumably in the position he was killed. We can't really presume anything, because we don't know how long. Burnt carpet. It's quite severe. Such a shame to see such a beautiful made carpet ruined. We can't really assume, because he may have been on his chair. A note is stuffed down the side of the seat. You do not know me, but I know you and your past very well. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. It was kind of hinted at that the Major did something immoral, or I don't know. We don't know exactly what it is, but it was hinted that he did something to become a Major. But we'll see. Years have passed and your actions remain hidden to the world. Actions that would shame even the evilest of men. The details so heinous, to include them would surely bring a tear to my eye. Now is the time for the truth to be revealed to all. While not one man is to blame for the final outcome, it was you that brought about the final piece to the puzzle, the one that no one else would. Oh, there's probably some kind of massacre then. If you wish to remain a free man, fill a brown paper parcel with 5,000 francs addressed to Monsieur Dupont, to Barbier and Sons Cobbler, before closing this coming Wednesday. While there is time to consider your next move, I would not ponder on it for too long. When the world knows of your crimes, they will surely not ponder long on your punishment. Oh, there's 2 lots of blackmail. Another blackmail letter, written in a similar manner to the ones addressed to Mademoiselle Angeline. Could the Major be hiding a secret of his own? Or is he, in fact, the author of the letters? I don't think he's the author, but I do think that he is potentially being blackmailed. Oh, excuse me, yawning. We're just going to have a little dent in plaster. Surprising that it has been left visible. Surely it would be quick and easy fix. If he's not letting anyone in here to fix it. Safe. A bulky safe made with security in mind is locked tight, but a box of valuables sits on top. Okay. Let's see what else is in here. Dent in plaster. I can't stare into this fire because... Right, the window's open. The snow continues to bellow in. Why this window has been left open, I cannot fathom. I'm assuming that there are no... I mean, assumptions make an ass out of you and me. But I'm assuming nobody's climbed out the window. Odd to have a bucket this size for such a minute amount of water. It's an ice bucket. Things are probably melted. Did anything come up then? We're just having a thorough check of everything, just in case. What's this on the floor? Damp floor. Has he dropped his drink? What could have caused such a large damp patch on the floor? The ice bucket, maybe? Being wanged on him?
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
Let's have a look. No.
Your help
Okay.
and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Right, okay. So let's have a check on the mind maps. And see... We've got one thing here. Zoom in a little bit. We have open window, 2nd floor. Jewelry box. Locked tight, safe. Dent and plaster that's been unrepaired. Burnt carpet burn mark. Single stab wound, remaining ice cubes. I would say that maybe the reason for the damp floor... Someone has knocked over the bucket and then repositioned it. Someone besides the Major. Okay, so bucket was overturned. What else have we got here? Bucket was overturned. Maybe somebody threw that. Let's just see if the bucket was thrown, maybe.
Some would say I would say a moment of genius.
There are signs that something occurred in the study between the Major and our unknown fugitive. Okay. Let's have a little look here. If there's anything we need to find. No, nothing in the blackmail. Okay. So I would assume that... So there's been a bit of a row. Whatever. Let's see if there's anything that Archibald has to say.
Anything I can do.
And then we're going to go and have a little check outside.
Your
Okay.
help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
We're just going to do one more loop, just in case we missed anything. No, no. Dent and plaster. We've checked everything. Checked everything, checked everything. Okay. We're going to go outside. Can I leave? Oh, I can't leave. I've missed something. What have I missed? What have I missed? I'm overzealous and I missed something. Okay, let's have another look at damp floor. Anyone seeing anything?
Ah,
No. Hmm. What do I need to do to move this along? Oh, hang on. Wallet. It does not look as though anything is obviously missing from it. Okay. So, I knew there was something else. Wallet. Let's zoom in a little bit. Large check, sum of money, jewellery box, damp floor, second floor window. Maybe?
this would not
No.
get me any closer to my goal.
Okay. I wonder if we link those two together, maybe. That would be an indication that we link these two together.
Come,
No,
my little
damn it.
princess.
Okay, let's get our thinking caps on. What do we need to... Evidence of a fight, single stab wound, ice bucket, unrepaired, burn mark, dent in plaster, falling snow, jewellery box. There we go. The obvious items of value have not been taken. Why? Would the killer not take a reward? Maybe killing him was the reward, you know what I mean? Valuables not taken.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of
Just
deduction.
guessing. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm using my skills of deduction, you know what I mean? If someone had gone to the lengths of scaling the wall, they surely would have taken something valuable. Only a madman would even consider entering or exiting a window at this height. It's just, yeah, not a simple burglary. Okay. I can confirm that the window was not the intruder's point of entry. Careless of me not to check the door first upon arrival. Okay. Do you have anything more to say? Door to... Let's check the door.
Anything I can do to help?
Oh, I clicked on him. Sorry.
Your help and discretion in this.
Sorry, Archibald. Got to get the right. There we go. Door to Major's bedroom. The door shows no sign of forced entry or tampering. Could they just have knocked and been allowed to enter? Potentially. It could be somebody that he knows. Okay, where did that door... Oh, pardon me, I've got the hiccups. Logical point of entry. Maybe?
Another
There we
success.
go.
I
Evidence shows that a fight of sorts broke out sometime after the killer entered the room, unobstructed. So... The door from the bedroom to the study was how the perpetrator entered the room, but what I still do not know is, were they invited in or did they slip in unknown? You kind of have to assume that, I mean, we don't like to assume, obviously, but we kind of need to assume that somebody knew him.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
Has anyone else entered this room this evening?
Rihanna brought him some ice for his cheek earlier.
And when was that?
When he returned from his cigar outside, he asked for something to be brought upstairs to ease the swelling of his face.
Where he got punched.
He would normally smoke only in here. Lady Bosch doesn't like the smell of his cigars in the public rooms.
Okay. Madame continues to rule her home how she sees fit, and it is her prerogative. Okay.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Okay. Now that I know that the Major was not alone, it's time to search the study further in hopes of finding a clue as to who was with him. I need to do another look. New mind map unlocked. Usually we get 4 per chapter. The scene of the crime has been investigated, but it does not show a straightforward series of events. Circumstances around the Major cigar is one such avenue that requires further exploration. Okay, what have we got here? Ice bucket, the Major's study, burnt carpet. Okay. What do we have here? The Major's jacket. A scruffy looking jacket is hanging upon the coat rack. The Major's scabbard is in the pocket. Okay. Ashtray. A reasonably full ashtray. I would have expected him to at least clean this out. I mean, if he's not allowing any servants in here, then it wouldn't be as clean as it should be. A discarded towel, folded and unused. What do we have here? Matchbox. No matches remain. Has he been trying to burn something? What's this? Desk. A rather organised desk containing what looks like important documents. Okay. We can't see any of those documents though. So we'll look at the fireplace. It's incredibly dirty. The logs are old and covered in dust. Does he not use his fireplace? What's that there? Poker stand. A normal looking poker stand. Nothing appears out of the ordinary. What have we got here? Anything interesting over here? Blah, blah. Blackmail letter. Yeah, we read that. Let's have a look around. No, I think we've seen everything. Oh, what was that? Swear something thingied up there. Might just be Archibald. Okay. Oh goodness, there's 4 links to be made here. So, letter opener, very tidy. Matchbox empty. Purple boots. Let's link maybe the letter opener to the single stab wound. No. He wasn't stabbed with, so potentially not a crime of opportunity. Bucket was overturned. Missing knife. Knife holster. Missing knife. Single stab wound. There we go.
Finally coming together.
Stabbed with his own knife. The Major's knife is missing and his body lies with a stab wound. It could very well be the murder weapon. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Knife was old and worn. We've got here poker, clean and sharp. Fireplace, mouldy logs. Killer's entrance to the room was unobstructed. Half smoked cigar. Well used. Half ring of dust. Let's see.
What a revelation.
I would have expected a Major to keep his belongings in a much tidier fashion. I mean, I would too. Room not cleaned. He did say burn mark, half smoked cigar. Maybe those two could be linked together.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
The Major was smoking recently, unsurprisingly, and dropped his cigar. Could it have been a lit cigar? Maybe. Maybe. So we have an empty matchbox, evidence of smoking.
I must take a
Dang
different
it.
approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay, what else? Very tidy. Clean. Ooh.
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Okay, hang on. I'll get there. I'll get there. There is one more thing that I need to. It's gonna get fed up with me in a minute. Oh, very tidy. But I told you.
Magnifique.
It gets fed up with me eventually, and it goes, I'm gonna give you a clue, love, because you're struggling. This crime scene has been tampered with. The killer clearly had enough time to cover their tracks. That is true. Hang on, let me just. There we go. Just fix my magnifier. Maybe that's the issue. Oh, one more. Crime scene was compromised. Maybe.
I must
Damn it.
act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
Okay. Fireplace. Burn mark, evidence of smoking. Matchbox empty. Very tidy. Crime scene's compromised. Old and worn. Poker stand. Missing knife. Let's speak to Archibald and then I'll come back. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let's speak to you. Hello.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
Yes, I'm stuck. For a house that has such high standards, there is a noticeable lack of care taken in here.
As I said, Mr. Hagen did not allow the staff in here alone. Besides me, he was very clear on that.
Is he hiding something?
Have the staff ever given him reason to not trust them?
Nothing has ever been brought to my attention, but he was very clear no one was to be in here without his permission.
Wow.
I suppose it is not unreasonable. I would have thought with his military past he would have kept it immaculate with not a speck of dust or hair out of place. But the fireplace, for instance, says otherwise.
I haven't seen it lit since he has been with us, even in the colder months. It's been in this state for some time.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Okay. Okay. What did we get? What information did we get there? So, hang on, let me put my glasses back on. Ah, there we go. There's definitely something unused. Matchbox empty.
Some would say a lucky guess.
I mean, it
I
was.
would say genius.
There are no items that could start a fire or light a cigar. Oh. Okay, so there's no fire source, but evidence of
I should
smoking.
not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
There remains no means to light his cigar. Someone must have lit it for him, someone he trusted, but who? Ah, someone lit the major cigar.
What a revelation.
Truth from within makes 75 deductions. Ooh. Someone lit his cigar for him and attacked him when he least expected it. Who could have been so ruthless? The major knew the killer. Okay. There's still something. Crime scene was compromised. Half smoked cigar. Oh no, that's not it.
We must think logically.
Okay. I'm trying to think logically. Use clean, sharp. See, the areas where he used were looked after. Missing knife. Clean, sharp.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Yeah. But hang on. Maybe this?
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
There's definitely two that I'm missing. You have to bear with me. It's gonna... Oh, there we go. Crime scene. Oh, God. There we go.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
There is currently no way to rule out the poker being the murder weapon. Oh, yeah, that's true. Poker was cleaned. What was the other one? Do we not have enough information for that one?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Damn it. I feel like it's related to something. Poker was clean. No fire source. Burn mark. Is that maybe? Probably not.
I cannot
No,
see the logic
okay.
in this. Perhaps a second...
Oh, the major knew his killer. I think I did link those two, didn't I? Can't link to that. No fire source.
I must act
No.
on thought and fact.
Major knew his killer. Oh, crime seems... I was looking in too short of a distance. That's what I was doing. There we go.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
They lit the Major's cigar. Following the brutal act of murder, took the time to clean the scene. They were not in a hurry and could still be in the house. How could they remain so calm? They hated its guts. The murder weapon remains a mystery. The killer, whose identity is still to be uncovered, must still reside in the house. Of course he does. Of course he does. Okay. Yeah, he knew his killer. He knew the killer. Okay, let's go out. Come, my little grey cells, let us solve this mystery. New mind map unlocked. It's our 4th mind map. I was not expecting to have a murder case on my hands when I arrived, but this will merely be another test for the great detective Poirot. Okay, investigate the murder. Right, what's that unlocked under there? Bake was cleaned. Suspects. Right. There's probably a lot of motive. Let's speak to Archibald.
Anything I can do to help, Detective?
I believe I've collected all necessary information and evidence. I would now like to inspect his adjoining bedroom.
As you wish.
Let's see what we can find in here. It is clear the reason for entering the Major's study was not to make haste with his valuables. What I must understand is if the intent for murder was there. The study has been manipulated following the Major's death, meaning they had time to return to the scene and attempt to cover their tracks. The perpetrator entered through the bedroom. Perhaps there is something they failed to clean up behind them that can make sense of all of this. I should review what clues the study yielded before I continue. Okay. Okay. If the killer still resides in the house, I must approach everyone with not only caution but suspicion. I mean, I'm going to do that anyway. Right. Let's look at some evidence. A letter. Another letter addressed to the Major. It appears to have someone looking out for his business concerns with the workers' strike. Felix, I understand that there are a number of business concerns for you in the situation that has arisen with the factories, but I offer this piece of advice. Step back. Monsieur Becker's efforts with the union have finally opened the workers' eyes, and they seek, nay demand, the fair treatment they deserve for so long. The fuel for the fire has already been laid, and the match is ready to be struck. You do not want to be near those flames when they ignite. I know you were once a good, honourable man. I pray that is still true today. Oh. I must review the information I have gathered from each guest today. There may be something that will help reveal the identity of the letter's author. We will do in a minute. So is he involved in the factory strikes, like making them worse potentially? Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Sometimes we as a species can take a lesson from. No, thank you. Window. Fall snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounds the house. That would be your first indication that somebody had a draw. It seems Madame Van den Bosch's heart is a trophy worth fighting over. Major Hagen, I hope you will excuse my bluntness and plain speaking, but there is a matter regarding Madame Van den Bosch that requires not only our attention, but a level of understanding and respect between us both. I am fully aware of the help that you have offered to not only Madame, but her family and the household. I am also aware that you know of the assistance that I have given to Madame and the Viscount before her. We were friends and business partners, and I felt it my duty to continue to give aid and keep the Van den Bosch name at the standing that it has always been. Having said that, it's not always as simple to keep business and personal matters separate, and this is how I find myself today. Cassandra and I share a bond that one does not experience often in their lifetime. No doubt you have felt similar, but what may be lost to one man is love to another. While I respect you for your efforts in the war and the generosity you have shown, Madame, I must request you step back from what you consider to be your duties at the house, and allow for Madame to make her choice. The choice that I believe is obvious to all parties. I trust this correspondence remains for your eyes only, and a gentleman's agreement is enough to guarantee our arrangement. That is a very polite letter to say, back off from my lady. It is a rather bold move to challenge the Major, as they have, especially with his position at the house. What's this? This could be the weapon that brought down some of the impressive animals that now fill the walls. Okay. Oh, the fire in here is lit. So, there's a couple of love triangles going on in here, I think. Ugh, horrible. Horrible bear rug. What's we got here? Animal head. I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such beasts. What's that there? Note. A rather threatening letter has been penned addressed to Major F. Hagen. Dear Major F. Hagen, I did not think I would ever find myself writing a letter such as this, but under current circumstances I see no other option. Madame van den Bosch and I have been friends for more years than I care to say. That is why I can no longer sit back and allow your bullying to continue. I wonder if this is Contessa. I am well aware of the companionship you have offered to my good friend over the years. It has been most generous, and without it I care not to think what would have happened to her. But that does not give you the opportunity to act in such a foul and boorish manner. The day the Viscount passed, I promised that I would protect both Cassandra and Angeline, and it is a promise I will keep. You were once a major in the British Armed Forces, but your actions have mirrored that of drunken fools who hold no place in our society, let alone Madame's house. Please do not bother yourself with a response. There is not a question that requires an answer, only I hope that you see your errors and adjust them accordingly. That's a bit of a slap from the Contessa, I think. The author speaks of bullying, and although the specifics are noted, although no specifics are noted, any form of treatment towards a woman is not acceptable. Okay. Yeah, something's going on here. What is this? Drinks globe? I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the contents of this globe. I think... Let's have a look if we've got anything on here. We have 3. Okay, let's... Whoop. Curious letter. Love for Cassandra mentioned. Margot is protective of Cassandra. Let's do that one.
Come, my little
No.
prisoners. We must think logically.
Oh no, I know who that is. So this one.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Margot was quick to speak of her protection over Cassandra. She must take this role very seriously. So she wrote that one. Demanding a letter. Hugo's positive work is mentioned. Warning about upcoming strikes. Gideon is at support of the unions. This one, maybe?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
Maybe these two. There we go. I was in the right area, just the wrong one. The only other union supporter I know that is passionate enough to write such a letter, Marshal Gideon. Okay. Written by Gideon. And then we have... there we go. Ernesto supports the family. Let's do this to this one.
Magnifique.
There we go. If there is something between Ernesto and Madame van den Bosch, Archibald will surely know of it. Okay. Let's speak to Archibald. Hello.
Certainly. What do you need?
All the gossip, please. What do you know of the Major's relationships with the
The
guests?
male guests, I believe, he knows in a business capacity, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I will add, though, he has not always been the easiest man to get along with.
I like how he's whispering that. He's like, he's not alive, sir.
You are talking from personal experience of working for him.
I am head butler to the Van den Bosch family in their home. He has made himself comfortable, but to me he still remains a guest.
Ooh. Do you know much of the Major's time in the army?
Not much, I couldn't tell you. As soon as he found out my father was in the army, his stories never stopped.
I am sure an officer of his rank must have many a tale.
A tale is a fitting description. Not so much a pinch of salt, more like a
Oh. Interesting. What can you tell me about Monsieur de Silva, the Major, and Madame van den Bosch?
You've lost me, detective.
I struggle to believe they were both helping her out of the kindness of their hearts. Could they have been fighting for the Madame's affection?
I think the Major wanted Angeline. Monsieur Sterling's lack of real response gives me all the answers I need.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Okay. So, We've got one there. The Major is generally disliked. Cassandra has multiple he fabricated his accomplishments. I'm just having a little nosy to see. Field medic. Cassandra bullied by the Major. Brothers have a history with the Major. Okay. Oh, Hugo and Jackie had a heated discussion. Hugo is a union leader. Rocky working relationship. Warning about upcoming strikes. Maybe.
Is there
No?
something I am not seeing?
Possibly.
What
There
a
we go.
revelation.
Now I know of Ernesto's feelings towards Cassandra. He must be the one behind the letter.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
It seems the guests were not fond of the Major. I don't blame her, because I didn't like the Major either. He was a tit. And multiple guests. Killer maybe still in the building.
Another
Okay.
success. I never...
It's highly possible one of the guests is behind the murder. This warrants immediate investigation. Based on the evidence seen in the Major's study in the bedroom, as well as what I've learned from speaking with the guests, Monsieur de Silva, Contessa de Vos, and Monsieur de Mere warrant concern and further investigation. I've got the worst heartburn today. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, okay. Do we have any links there? No. Okay. Speak to Rui Man.
Certainly. What do you need?
There is nothing further for me to investigate here. Would you kindly gather the guests for me?
As you wish, detective.
Seems there is no simple explanation for what happened here. The Major's popularity amongst the guests does not seem very high. There are still many questions that must be asked. Going into chapter 4. Chapter 4, the interrogations. I think there's going to be a little scene and then we can...
Guests are waiting for you, detective. I informed them of what has happened, but divulged no details.
There goes my opportunity to catch one of them off guard, no matter I have more than one weapon in my armory.
I am most grateful. Madame van den Bosch is here also.
She's in her room with Miss Angeli. It may be better to speak with them privately tomorrow.
Oui, merci. I shall come find you again once my questioning is complete.
The guest alibis are my priority. Once I can confirm their whereabouts this evening, I can understand who had an opportunity. Okay. I'm going to call it there before I start a new chapter. Thank you very much for joining me for this Murder Mystery Monday. I will be back in 2 weeks with some more, with chapter 4, and we will be interrogating some guests and finding out who killed the Major. Could be anyone. It wasn't very well liked. If you would like to join me for that, there is an end card coming up with a link back into my channel. You can check me out there, watch some other videos. There's always something there. Have a lovely week, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.